What's up, everybody? How's it going? Austin Prechtel, Prechtel Elevate Performance, coming at you live today. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing day so far. Hope you're having a great start to your week. I just wanted to hop on here briefly for a little bit, just to come on here and talk about some stuff. So, Facebook memories not only serve as a way to, remind you of how embarrassing you were in the past, but they also have a purpose of, I guess today, at least for me, showing that, you know, what you can actually accomplish in a year. Um, I had a Facebook memory pop up that showed it was me announcing that I was starting Prect Elevate Performance, that I was, embarking on this journey, so to speak, of being an entrepreneur and, working on helping people change their lives. And so, interestingly enough, yeah, today is the first day, or is a year from the first day that I announced that that was happening, that I was going to be an online coach. It was one of those things where it's like, I, had the knowledge. I knew how to get people in shape, but I didn't know like what the fuck I was doing when it came to being like a business owner or an entrepreneur or anything like that, like at all. I didn't know any of the systems or anything like that. Like it's one of those things. It was just it's crazy. Like I had no clue like what I was doing when it came to that sort of stuff. And so, I had been updating my resume to look for jobs. But there was just something that like called to me. Like there was like a small like voice in my head. And a lot of so what I'm going to talk about is like there's a lot of parallels. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because one, to kind of like celebrate and talk about like what can be done in a year, but also there's a lot of parallels between a fitness journey and like becoming a business owner or like an entrepreneur or whatever. Like there's a lot of parallels. And what I'm going to talk about, I want you guys to be thinking about this, how what I'm saying can be taken and related to your own personal journey, your own personal fitness journey, because there's a lot of parallels in terms of like, you know, making time for things, making things a priority, looking at things from a long term rather than a short term lens, putting in the work day in, day out, consistency, making it something that you care about and you get what you put into it in a lot of ways too. And so, yeah, so that just keep that in mind going like forward and as we continue to, dive into this a little bit. But, something just kind of called to me. Like, and a lot of people I feel like can relate to this. Like they've got that voice in the back of their head that's telling them like, start on your fitness journey, start on this journey, start on whatever. It's this little voice in your head. And for me, that little voice in my head was telling me like, like you could do this. Like you could, you could be a coach. You could do this. You could help people change their lives. Like there was that little voice in my head that was calling me. But a lot of times, for a lot of you can relate to this too, there was an even bigger voice screaming at me saying like, don't do it. Like it's not stable. Like you don't know what you're doing. Like you're going to fail. Like it's going to flop. Like everyone's going to think you're a joke. Like why, why would this time be any different than any other? And a lot of people can relate to that for their fitness journeys. A lot of times we have that big voice in our head that's screaming, that's trying to self-sabotage us, trying to tell us to not go for things because, in telling us to not go into the unknown because the unknown is scary, change is scary, like doing something that is outside of our comfort zone is scary. And for me that was pursuing this idea that I had and this dream that I kind of had, and that that I wanted to make a reality. And so honestly, like that's, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. And this was all before even like before the pandemic even started. It was just like like that all those things were kind of running through my head. And I had helped a friend out like at one point, like, and I guess you could call her kind of like a forerunner of like Prec Elevate Performance like team. Like it all kind of started like somebody wanted to pay me for my services because they respected my time and what I was doing for them. And I was just like, that's kind of where the seed planted in my head. And that was it. Like it was about as bare bones as possible. Like and like starting something out, like there's always going to be hiccups, and same thing goes for your guys' fitness journey. Like I like honestly, like I I didn't know what I was doing at the beginning, like in terms of like being a business owner, like and a lot of people don't know what they're doing whenever they first start getting into a fitness journey, and it can be scary, and it can be like, you just don't want to mess up so badly that you almost become too afraid to try. And for me, that's kind of how it was. Like to be honest, like thanks, Amanda. I appreciate that. I, I had like, honestly, like I even did like a giveaway like a year ago. I did a giveaway, and honestly, it was compared to what how things have been going lately. Like it was a giant flop. It was like I think only like 5 people participated in it, and like it just did not go how one of those things where like I had not built up a rapport. I hadn't built up like like that. I hadn't put in the time yet, and it was one of those things. Like looking back on it now, it's like obviously like that didn't work out very well. Obviously, this stuff, and like hindsight's 2020, and I'm just so freaking like glad and happy that I didn't give up and that I didn't stop being consistent with things, because same thing goes for you guys as like fitness journeys and your weight loss journeys and all that, like put in just trust the process and like just keep putting in the work day in day out, because it will pay off one day. Like I honestly, like whenever I first started this, like kind of leading back to like the beginning of things, like I had people messaging me asking me if like I was like okay, or like asking me like if I needed help finding like a job, or if I had people like offering to help me out in those ways. And like honestly, like not to like bring up like the topic of like of money and things like that, but like honestly, for the first couple of months of doing this, like it was very, very stressful. It was very freaking bare bones, and like it 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 was a struggle at first, and like I honestly did not know like if it was going to be something that could be a long-term thing. I had the belief, like I believed that it would work out. But I had a solid freaking support system going forward with this. Like I had, especially, I mean, like almost like entirely like full on like with Jessica. Like she freaking like supported me from the freaking get-go. Like honestly, like when I told her that I was going to do this, and that's like also another reason why having a support system is so important for your fitness journey. Like having that environment and having somebody who's there, or like a group of people who's there to encourage you, is super important. That's why I really like about the private community that we've got with Prec to Elevate Performance. Like it's so nice to have a group of people who are working towards a common goal, that support each other, that are all that kind of stuff. But like, and I had that, like thankfully, like I had that with Jessica, like, and she when I brought it up to her, she was just like, it was almost like comically, like without hesitation, just like, all right, like if you're gonna do this, like let's do it right, let's like go all in, like let's start to get things built up, let's do these things, like like what do we need to do to make this like a real thing, because you want to do it and I want to support you. And like, and I don't even know, like it's crazy. And I'm so grateful for that, because of that, and because of like her believing in me and helping me believe in myself even more. It has allowed me to like do everything that I've been able to do in this last year. And like it's just crazy. It blows my mind that went from helping one person back in like October or November or whatever, and not know, like just like not feeling like this was going to be something that could truly be like a career, into now like we've helped over 100 people in just this last year, and currently working with some amazing freaking people with amazing stories and amazing goals that are just, I know that they're going to crush them, and just like change their lives for good for the rest of their lives. It's so crazy to be able to like to do that, and to see where it kind of came from to where it is now. But it was one of those things, like it's one of those things where like it happened because of consistency, grinding it out day in day out, like looking at the long-term goals rather than the short term. Like like not every day is going to be perfect, and not every day is going to be like a great success. Like it's taking those bad days and making do with what you can with that bad day, and then those good days turning them into even greater days, because you're trying to like put in as much work as you can, and as much effort, and just like the consistency and having that belief that one day it will pay off. Like you have to have that belief that one day it's going to pay off. Otherwise it's not going to happen. Same thing goes for your guys' fitness journeys. Like you have to believe that you can get there and that you can do it. Otherwise it's not going to happen. You're going to self-sabotage yourself constantly if you don't think that it's going to be worth it one day and that you're going to actually get there. Like, trust me, like from somebody who has now gone through multiple fitness journeys and is on a fitness journey, and also gone through a almost like entrepreneurial, like fitness journey, so to speak. Like it's true. It's one of those things. And that's why I knew if I just kept at it and kept putting in the work and kept putting in and just trying to provide as much value for people as possible and just trying to be like a good fucking person in general and not go like the shortcut route and try to like screw people out of like things or lie to people about, what they can achieve realistically, like that, like a lot of like, supplement companies and shit like that do. Like that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to get into doing this, is because I wanted to like be realistic with people and like be honest with people and tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, kind of thing. And so, and it paid off, and it has been paying off, and it's going to continue to pay off and grow. I feel like, things are just now starting to get into a really good rhythm and a stride. And I think that it's just going to keep on going in that direction because, things just continue to improve and improve because the belief is there, the work ethic is there, the support system is there, it's crazy to see and to look back on that and to think like, wow, like that became that, and, that's why it's so important to also take progress photos if you're starting a fitness journey, because it's like that memory on Facebook is basically a progress photo of what things were compared to what they are now. And that's why I think it's important to document those things too. And so, if I've learned anything in this last year so far, it's just that don't give up. Like just keep freaking like putting in the effort and like being consistent with things. And also like, honestly, like having a mentor and having somebody who can coach you through things when you need that kind of like guidance and to be that catalyst to keep you accountable to your goals. That's so important too. Like I have a mentor, and like it's been super, super freaking helpful along the way. And so like that's why if you have somebody that knows what they're doing, it can just be so incredibly like helpful in making sure that you're going to actually reach your goals. And so like, but that doesn't mean you can't like not put in the work either though. Like you have to put in the work. So yeah, that's I guess that's my life today. I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about how incredibly grateful I am for this last year and everything that has come from it. I'd be a damn liar if I said it was easy all the time, because it definitely wasn't. It was really hard a lot of times. And I'm just really super grateful for the people that are in my life that have been supporting me, have continued to support, me and this goal and this vision and this dream, and, my family, Jessica for everything that she's done, like, and then some, and just like the supporters and my clients, like you guys are freaking just, it's just been amazing to have you and to work with you and to, past, present, and current, like, or in future. Like I'm just excited to see what's to come. And yeah, that's my life for today. I just want to talk about that because it's been crazy. It's been 1 year since, Prec to Elevate Performance was announced as being a thing. And it's crazy. So that's my life for today. I hope that you guys got value, and I hope that, this serves as just like, some inspiration in terms of like go get it if you want it, like go for it, like do what makes you happy, and don't be afraid to pursue. Don't listen to that little voice that's in the back of your head that's telling you that you can't do it, because you can if you believe that you can. Like, especially for your fitness journey, like everybody's got that little voice that always tries to self-sabotage them. Like, don't listen to it. Like, do it. Like, just like rip that band-aid off and go for it, because that's going to be, you're going to look back one day and either be so thankful that you did, take that first step, or you're going to look back and be like, man, I wish I would have taken that first step. What would have happened if I would have taken that first step? Like, don't be that second, don't follow that second path. Like, go for it. Like, believe that you can do it, because you can. Like, focus on the long term, not the short term. And that's all I got to say on that. So if you got value from this live, let me know. Let me know your number one takeaway in the comments down below. If you watch this at a later time, #replay. Let me know that you saw it. I appreciate the happy anniversaries, Amanda and Pam. I really appreciate that. And other than that, though, that's my live for today. Have a great freaking Monday. Project Elevate Performance, I guess, is technically 1 year old. So let's here's to many more years of its success. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.